So what we've got here then is an example of somebody who's got a house, and they originally bought the flat for 75,000, and in the last sentence it tells you they sold it for 185, and the difference, of course, creating a gain there of 110,000. So what we want to know is how much of that 110,000 is chargeable and how much of it is exempt. Now, please remember, if you see somebody with a property, if it says it's always been their main residence and they've never moved out, never done anything else, then all of the gain will be exempt. So you just need to state that in your answer. But here that's not the case, because it says here she originally bought it and she lived there from the 1st of April to the 30th of September 06. So we can see there in the table that was a period of occupation. So occupation as in it was actual occupation. So she physically lived in the house. Then she moved to Edinburgh after the 30th of September, and she returned to the flat on the 1st of October. So from the 1st of October 06 until the 1st of October when she moved back in. So that's a 3-year period. She's working in the UK because she's working in Edinburgh. Now, remember, if you're working in the UK, that can be deemed occupation, right, up to a maximum of 4 years, all right? And that period there, it was less than 4 years, wasn't it? So maximum 4 years. Let's write that down. So on the 1st of October 09, she moves back in the property, and then she stays there until the 31st of March 11. So we've got another period of actual occupation. So that's 1.5 years or 18 months. Then she decides to go overseas and goes backpacking with a friend for 2 years. So she got 2 years of travelling. Now, a period of travelling will be classed as absent for any reason, and that is for a maximum of 3 years. And she did it for 2, so that's okay. And then finally, it says when she returns on the 1st of April 13, she lives in the flat until the 30th of September. So we've got another 18 months. Oh, let's change that colour. She's got another 18 months of actual occupation, and then she moves out to a partner's house and then never comes back. So she is then absent until she sells it. All right, and that would not be classed as absent for any reason. She's just moved the house. Now, the actual occupation, what we've got here, when she physically lives in the house, she's got some actual occupation here of 78 months. All right, the total of that column. So she physically lived in the house for the first 42 months, then back in for 18, and back in again for 18. She was absent for 126 months. So in total, she's got an ownership period of 204 months. So 78, she physically lives there, 126, she was absent. Now, what we need to know is, were any of those absent periods classed as deemed occupation? So remember, it's got to be one of these 3, and it must be sandwiched between 2 periods of actual occupation. So we can claim the working in the UK, because before she worked away, excuse me, but she lived in the property, and directly after she moved back in. She can claim the travelling because it's less than 3 years, and again, lived in the property before and lived in the property after. But what she can't have is the last 66 months, because she never actually moved back into the property. So the 36 months and the 24 months will be classed as deemed occupation. And then don't forget, we always get the last 18 months as well. So 18 months when she was absent, she is given regardless, if we look up here. Okay, 18 months. So in total, she can claim ownership or occupation in the ownership period, should I say, 156 months out of the total ownership period of 204 months. So that proportion of the gain is exempt because she's claiming relief. Okay, so 156 months are relief or exempt, and the remainder of the gain is taxable. And don't forget that she still gets a deduction for any losses brought forward or any annual exemption if she's not already used it.